So we have a sneak peek for Sister Wives, and it's between Janelle and Kody, and it's just diabolical beginning to end, because it starts off with Chris. What I saw was Janelle saying, "Do you want to buy me out of Coyote Pass?" And this guy, if you had come up and punched him in the face, he couldn't look more shocked. And he's like, "We're jumping to the end. Don't you want to reconcile?" And, and she's like, "Well, no, not really." She's like, "You're a nice guy." She's like, "I still kind of feel that zing when I'm around you, but I'm really happy." And then at some point it cuts to an interview where he's like, "Us reconciling is a pipe dream from Janelle and I." And I thought, I don't think Janelle's any part of this pipe dream that you say. And this is also like embarrassing, because how many times have we seen him meet up with her and be like, "So do you want to reconcile?" And her being like, "No, I'm not really interested." And him look dumbfounded. Now, I do think this has a lot to do with money. She asked about money and he's like, "Don't you want to reconcile?" But I think it's a disservice to her and any of the wives to imply that it's just about money. It's kind of like the money is like the turkey at the Thanksgiving meal. It's a big part of the meal, but it is not the whole meal. And it's not even the best part of the meal, because I think her companionship was probably the best part. And he seems dumbfounded by the fact that she doesn't want to come back to him. And he's like, "Well, Christine and I are good. Mary and I'll never say a bad word about her again." And it's like, dude, you just tested her just a few minutes ago. And I think that what we're really seeing is a difference between Kody at this actual conversation and Kody a year and a half later. I guess a year later, right? Oh, almost 2 years later. Anyway, much later, where he has now realized that this boat has sailed. She's saying at this point he hasn't been in her house in 2 years. And then he goes into this whole thing about, "I do want to reconcile, but it would require giving her all the power." And I'm like, she's not asking for all the power. She's asking for what is a very typical relationship, which is the other person considers you in some way, shape, or form. And he's saying he wants to have a relationship again with his kids. And I think he deeply misunderstands why his kids aren't spending time with them. And I think he thinks, well, they're just mad because I'm not married to their mom, which I mean, I think that's probably part of it, but that is not the whole thing by any means. Every time any of the kids have spoken about their problems with Kody, it has always been about their problems with Kody. I mean, I'm sure they have problems with how he's treated Christine, Janelle, anybody else, but I think or their siblings, but I think a lot of it just comes back to, "Dad, you're not present in my life. I don't hold any place of value in your life. You don't seem to prioritize the health of our relationship. I don't know why I want to be with you." But he is used to, because for years, this is how it works. He was married to the mom kept the kids in line. And I think they're done with that. I think even if she got back with him, she would say, "Your relationship with your kids is your problem." So I am looking forward to seeing the whole conversation, because it is clear to me that Kody is so caught off guard by this conversation that we are seeing his real response, which is insane. And the fact that he, doesn't get that she doesn't seem interested in being with him, and the fact that anyway, it's all crazy, but I'm looking forward to seeing it all the same.